දවස් කීයක් ගෙදර ඉඳලාද?
දැන් ඒවා අමතකයි දවස් වෙලාව ඒවා දන්නේ නැහැ රුකි.
මම අද වෙනකොට අතිසාර්ථක 32 වෙනි නෑ අතිසාර්ථක 30 වෙනි දවසේ.
ඔය වගේ ප්‍රොෆෙසර් කෙනෙක් තමයි ඔය වගේ වාක් කරන්න we also would have been 32 ne maybe
මම 15 වෙනිදා ඉඳලා right. I think we are live on FB as well.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So that, what you can do is you can get it online and then right, give me a minute. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can post it now on your profile as well. Give me a minute. I'm getting few things sorted out over here. Hopefully, we should be done with these technicalities in a couple of minutes. Hi, Yashan. Thanks for joining us. Udyang Priyanjanaga joined. Susanta has joined. We have a couple of people who are already watching this. Give us a few minutes and we should be good to go. Yes, sir. Are we good?
We are good.
Yes, sir. ඔයාට කොහොමද මේ අපේ තව විනාඩි කිහිපයකින් අපේ මේන් ටොපික් එකට අපි එළඹෙමු. ඔයාට මේ ඉම්පැක්ට් එක වාගේ බිස්නස් එක ගැන පොඩ්ඩක් කෙටියෙන් කියලා වාගේ බිස්නස් එක කොහොමද මෙතන ඉම්පැක්ට් වෙලා තියෙන කියලා පොඩ්ඩක් අපි කතා කරොත් එහෙම.
Right. So එතකොට රුකි මම මගේ බිස්නස් කියන පැත්ත බැලුවොත් පැති තුනකින් බලන්න පුළුවන්. එකක් තමයි ස්නයිපෙක්ස් මගේ sales and performance academy එක. එතන අපි develop කරන්නේ sales training, sales coaching, planning. So just වා කරන line එකේම වගේ corporate related programs and public programs.
Okay.
එතකොට මේ social distancing issue එක ගැන එදා ෆ්‍රයිඩේ මම හිතන්නේ අපි මේක ගොඩක් ඩිස්කස් වෙලා මේක ඩිබේට් වෙද්දී මන්ඩේ වෙනකොට ඒ ඔක්කොම ඉවෙන්ට්ස් ටික one by one cancel වුණා. So public large group events all cancelled. So එතනදී අපේ revenue line 95% in the Sniper Academy is now gone.
Okay.
ඊට පස්සේ Daffodil Academy is my marketing school for charity digital marketing. It's an education qualification. But what happened there is last year I totally changed the game. I cut down the number of unnecessary classes, wastage, and I went online and I went to Google Classroom. I totally shifted the game to online and blended. Now that platform, I haven't cancelled a single class. Whereas some institutes, universities, all these MBA programs were all stumped when this happened. Daffodil Academy, I kept absolutely on track, everything as per plan. So I would say eternity zero impact. Continuity, retention, මොකද ගොඩක් ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලා corporate sector ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ salaries issues bonuses එනකොට එතන impact එක අපි වෙනම බලන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට මගේ cycling passion line එකේ cycling cafe එක
ගැන කතා නොකරම බෑනේ නේද?
කතා නොකරම බෑ. ඉතින් අපේ මාංජෝක කොත්තු business එක roti sandwiches, bicycle rental all gone, zero.
Yeah.
ඊයේ පෙරේදා පොඩි කර්ෆියු පාස් එකක් අරගෙන යන ගමන් පොඩ්ඩක් ගිහලා බැලුවා. කොළ වැටිලා මේස ටික කුණු වෙලා ඉතින් හරි දුකයි.
ඔව්.
ඒක unfortunately අපිට මුකුත් කරන්න බෑ staff ඔක්කොම ගමේ ගිහිල්ලා ඉතින් එතන no chance එතකොට service center එක bicycle අනිත් එක events all our events we did for cycling ගිය අවුරුද්දේ February කියන්නේ අපි Ironman ගිය අවුරුද්දේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා Ironman කරපු එක ඒවා events කියනවා totally gone so at two of the businesses 100% disrupted sales academy, sales training, 95%. Marketing school is running. So that's the landscape for me, Ruki.
So that is a impact. We keep then join the line now. If you don't know about me, that I'm a corporate trainer. I'm a corporate training karanne, the outbound training karna, classroom type of training karna. Consulting karna. We have been doing loads of training when the times are good. We used to do about 25 programs a month. Now, thanks to everything, zero. So for me, after 15th of March, my entire revenue stream, again, Kalimatibu sales funnel lega, loss. Itin then api other 31 days or 30 days depending on how you calculate, we have been at home. මගේ ටීම් එක අපි 12 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා මාත් එක part time වැඩ කරන තව 15කට අධික පිරිසක් ඉන්නවා මේ අපි ඔක්කොටම no engagement per se nothing ඉතින් මෙතනදී අපි අපේ තියෙන ගේම් එක වෙනස් කළා අපි සෑන්ඩ් මේ දවස් වෙනකොට දවස් 30ට I think we changed the game we got into new revenue avenues. Api then digital can online digital training programs karna 1 hour vitara. There's a trend එකක් තියෙනවා free webinars කරනවා right fine. So the free webinars ඇතුලේ we are trying to sell our training programs for corporates at a price. And so far we have been successful simply because that we have been able to differentiate based on our value addition. So far I love to say even that Ceylon Bank එකට programs දෙකක් ගියා අපි dialogue එකට අපි online coaching දවස් 3ක් කරා අපි අලුත් අවුරුද්දෙන් පස්සේ තව clients ලා දෙන්නෙක් අපිට එකතු වෙලා තියෙනවා so that's where we are so that we have a large number of people who have connected with us today. Good evening to everybody. We have about 47 people who has joined us today. So today is all about for SMEs. කියන්නේ සුළු සහ මධ්‍යම කුඩා සහ මධ්‍යම කර්මාන්ත ව්‍යවසායකයන් සඳහා අලෙවි උපාය මාර්ග. So in this the whole context what I want to bring forward is that අපි මේ 2x thinking කියලා අපි concept එකක් අද කතා කරනවා. යසස්ටත් මේකට සෑහෙන insights තියෙනවා. යසස්ගෙත් මේ related කතන්දර ටිකක් තියෙනවා. මගේ training පැත්තෙන් before we come out with the sales strategy or any idea, because we love to come out with ideas. We are idea නන්දස. ඒකට එහෙමනේ යසස්නේ. යසසුත් හිටව ගන්න ටින් ටින් ගාලා ideas එනවානේ. එහෙම trend එකක් අපි ඔක්කොම ගාව තියෙනවානේ.
සමහරවිට ඉතින් කවුරු හරි කටවා ගන්න කිව්වේ නැත්නම් මේ execute කරගන්න බෑ. ඒක අස්සෙත් ideas වැඩිපුර එනවා. So ඒකත් problem එකක්.
ඒක problem එක. එතකොට දැන් සමහරක් වෙලාවට අපිට ideas වැඩි. සමහරක් වෙලාවට අපිට ideas නැහැ. That particularly this situation when we are all challenged, we have issues about ideas. But my request to all the viewers who have joined us and who will be watching this live on YouTube at a later date, my earnest request for you is to keep the ideas aside and start asking the right questions. If you have the right questions, the possibility of you coming out with better ideas would be higher. Yes, Mr. Megan, what do you think?
I think a very valid point, Ruki. First question එක තමයි what am I good at කියන එක. ඒ කියන්නේ what worked for me කියන එකට උත්තරේ තිබ්බා කොරෝනා එකට එනකම්. Work for you would have been luck, timing, being at the right place at the right time. So market එකක් move වෙනකොට ගොඩක් ගහන shots වදිනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ පඳුරකට ගියව වදිනවා. දැන් මේ වෙලාවේදී ගහන shot එක හරියටම වදින්න ඕනේ. මොකද mistakes වෙන්න chances නැහැ. ඉතින් රුකි කිව්වා වගේ අර what am I good at? මගේ මේ ව්‍යාපාරය මොකක්ද? අපි කියන what business am I in? කියන ප්‍රශ්නේ ගොඩක් examples තියෙනවා marketing පැත්තෙන් අපි මතකත් ඇති අර පාක example එක පාක හිතන් හිටියේ I am in the pen business කියලා. but හරියටම what business are we in කිව්වම they realize they are in the gift business.
Yeah.
so මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ මමත් අහනවා. යසස් මොන business එකේද මේ ඉන්නේ? daffodil කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? marketing school එකක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? cycling කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියන තැන ඉන්නේ. so ඒ question is very important. ඊළඟට රුකි කියපු point එක මේ 2x 10x ඒක ගොඩාක්ම powerful tool එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි අර ඕන දෙයකට යන්න තුනක් තියෙනවානේ. attitudes තියෙනවා, skill තියෙනවා, knowledge තියෙනවා. දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ අපේ සමහර knowledge irrelevant වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද මාකට් එක move වුණා, ඒ knowledge එක වැදගත් නැහැ.
ඔව් ඒ කතාවට මම පොඩ්ඩක් විකන්න ඕන මේ අපි දැන් මමත් MBA MSc programs වලට teach කරලා තියෙනවා but anything that we have taught so far has not prepared us for this.
Now no way.
So that's
So,
a reality.
sorry Ruki.
ඒ කියන්නේ අපි උගන්වපු MBAs වල ඔය අපි ගන්නපු කිසිම දෙයක් මේ සිටුේෂන් එකට අපිට උගන්වලා නැහැ.
නෑ. ඉතින් එතනදී අපිට ඉතුරු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ ආපු ගමනේදී රුකි ආපු ගමනේ මම ආපු ගමනේ අපේ ආකල්පමය attitudinally අපි මේ blow එක ගන්න readyද?
ඔව්.
ඒතර මම දැක්කා රුකි side එකෙන් මම රුකි කරපු දේ යම් දුරකට දන්නවා. රුකිගේ 360y එකේ change එක මම දැක්කා. ඒක ලොකු attitudinally ආපු change එකක්. අපි දෙන්නත් WhatsApp එකේ කතා කර ඉන්න ගමන් මේ යනවා right මේ වගේ දෙයක් කරමු කියලා ඒ ආකල්පමය පැත්තේ දැන් මම හිතුවා මම කරන්න ඕනේ මේක රුකි කරන්න ඕනේ ඒ attitude එක තමයි මේ 2x thinking කියන්නේ. අපි ඉන්න තැන ඉඳන් ටිකක් extra challenge එකක් double.
ඔව්.
එතකොට දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ කවුරුර කිව්වොත් මගේ revenue එක බිඳුවේ තියෙන වෙලාවේ revenue එක double කරන්න කියලා පුළුවන්ද කියලා ඇහුවම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මේ කන් දෙක අහගන්න වෙනවා ඒකට එන උත්තරේට.
පිස්සු දෙයක්.
යසස් කියලා තව blank එකක් දෙනවා. දැන් ඒ thinking එකෙන් තමයි අපි නොදකපු idea එකක් එන්න. එතකොට 2x කියන එකේ 2x කියන්නේ revenue වෙන්නත් පුළුවන් 2x වෙන්න පුළුවන් effort එක. දැන් මම මේ වෙලාවේ 16ක effort එකක් දානවා eyes closed.
Yeah.
එතකොට 2x වෙන්න පුළුවන් x නෙමෙයි cost එක half කරන එක.
ඔව්.
so radical thinking එකෙන් අපි හිතපු නැති දෙයක් අදහසක් එයි කියන concept එකට I agree.
ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් අපි දැන් මෙතන අපිට සෑහෙන පිරිසක් අපිත් එක්ක ඉන්නවා. As at now if I look at it we have almost about 102 people who have joined us. And at the same time there are few messages that has come. Thank you for commenting. One of your admirers Udayanga Veeraratna, by the way Ruki Yasas is one of the inspirations. When he was in the University of Sri Jadanapura that he decided to come for training. So kudos to you. And
thank you and Dammi, nice to see you. Okay.
Yeah, so that we say hi to all the people who said hi, Charlinga to Sam to Dammi to Manisha, Samira, Kishani and Chandima, Rana Singh and all that. My friends, if you have any question, please comment. We'll try to answer as much as possible. So today the topic is about for SMEs, how can we enhance our sales? අපිට sales enhance කර ගැනීමට උපාය මාර්ග මොනවද? මේ දේ සඳහා අපි මේ ගේනවා මේ 2x කියලා thinking එකක්. ඒක යසස්ටයි මටයි දෙන්නටම heart එකට සම්බන්ධ දෙයක්. මේ තියෙන්නේ අපි මේ 2x කියලා තියෙන sales strategy එක නෙවෙයි. sales strategy එක එන්න නම් අපි හරි ප්‍රශ්නේ අහන්න ඕන. ඒ හරි ප්‍රශ්න අපි frame කරගන්න කොහොමද කියන කතන්දරයක් තමයි මම යසස්වි දැන් කතා කරන්න යන්නේ. So then 2x කියලා ගත්තාම දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ මොකක් හරි volume එකක් තිබ්බා business එකේ. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ sales quantum එකක් ඇවිල්ලා තිබ්බා. All of a sudden නැහැ. Now we have to think differently. Now how can we think differently? It's not about the idea first, it's about the question first. So that my thinking and Yasa's thinking during this 1 hour session, it will give you couple of 2x ideas for you to frame your thinking. අපි පළවෙනි පොයින්ට් එකට යන්න දැන් යසස් මේ දැන් ඔයා කිව්වනේ මේ 2x කියලා කියන්නේ මේ සේල්ස් ඩබල් කිරීම නෙවෙයි ඔයාට කොස්ට් එක දෙකකින් කපලා ඉවරලා ඒ සේල්ස් ප්‍රමාණයම ගන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. අපි පොඩ්ඩක් අතුලට යන්කෝ ඒ කතන්දරේට.
දැන් මේ දැන් උදාහරණයකට මම රුකීගෙන් ක්වෙස්චන් එකක් අහන්නම්.
ඔව්.
මේ දවස් 31ට රුකී මේ වගේ වෙබිනාර්ස් කීයක් කරා?
මේ මම කරන ප්‍රැක්ටිකලි අපි බ්‍රෑන්ඩඩ් ලෙවල් එකේ අපි කරන පස්වෙනි එක.
පස්වෙනි. එතකොට බිගෝ කොරෝනා 30 days ගත්තොත් කීයක් කරාද මේ වගේ?
0.
Exactly. So that is the 2x thinking. So Rookie is a live example of this thinking. It can be effort, it can be revenue, it can be something that you're pushing, right? That is the point. Then, sorry Rookie, I want to ask that question from you because I knew your answer was very valuable. What was the question again, Rookie?
So the question was that then ටිකට ඉස්සෙල්ලා යසස් කිව්වනේ අර අපිට same revenue එකම ගන්න පුළුවන්ද at a half a cost එක දෙකෙන් බෙදලා අපි same revenue එක ගන්නෙ කොහොමද කියලා question එකක් අහන්න බැරිද අපිට?
ඔව් ඒ challenge එක මම හිතන්නේ ගන්න පුළුවන් කෙනෙක් මම හිතන්නේ ඒ විදිහට හිතන එක rare. මොකද මේ වෙලාවේ තමන්ගේ revenue එක half 80% අඩු වෙලා ඉද්දී කොහොමද double revenue ගන්න කියනකොටම ගොඩක් අය knock off වෙනවා discussion එක. හැබැයි clearly මේ වෙලාවේ අපේ cost එක half කරගන්න විදි කීපයක් තියෙනවා. උදාහරණයකට අපේ already cost එක ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේ වෙනකොට ලොකු ගාණකින් අඩු වෙලා. travel cost, food cost, සමහර වෙලාවට commission cost, incentives මේවා ගොඩක් දැන් අඩු වෙලා තියෙනවා. part time workers ලා හිටියානම් අපි unfortunate ගොඩක් අය මේ වෙලාවේදී අපිත් එක්ක සම්බන්ධ වෙලා නැති වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. හැබැයි එතනදී දැන් රුකී කිව්වා යා රුකී 20 programs විතර කරන්න ඇති. ඒතර Snipex එකේ 10. හැබැයි මේ වෙලාවේදී 10 නෙමේ short programs අපිට දැන් මේ රුකී කරනවා වගේ free programs වෙන්න පුළුවන්, short programs වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මම ඊයේ කරා program එකක් on scenario planning. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපි multiple days කරන program එකක් 1 hour.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
ඒකේ ආපු අපේ income එක 80% වලින් විතර අඩුයි. හැබැයි ඒක repeat කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න පුළුවන්.
Yeah.
ඒ වගේම අර මගේ capacity එකත් මම මේ වෙලාවේදී open කරලා තියෙනවා. මම around the clock වැඩ කරනවා. එතකොට සමහරු කියන්න පුළුවන් යසස්ගේ cost එකක් තියෙනවා මම ඒක ගන්න නැහැ කියලා. හැබැයි ඒ cost එක මෙතනදී null and void කරලා තියෙන්නේ මොකද මම as the front runner of the team මම ඒක ඒ capacity එක open කරලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට hidden cost එකක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒ cost එක company එකට බරක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ මේ වෙලාවේ. මොකද මට එන income එක මම freeze කරලා තමයි ගාන්නේ match එක. So ඒ විදිහට වාගේ cost එක re-engineer කරගන්න පුළුවන් half 1/3 වෙන level එකට.
ඔව්.
ඔව් ඒකේ උදාහරණ example දැන් අපි ස්පිනර් කැෆේ එක shift දෙකක් කරා. Before this 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the night. So දැන් අපි curfew එක open වෙච්ච ගමන් our idea is to run only one but we'll run Uber and put all that effort for delivery without even opening the cafe for walk-in customers because walk-in එකට බොරුවට අරන් ඉඳලා AC දාලා ඒ cost එක දුවලා මේ නිකන් බොරුවට වෙලාව මේ cost එක බස්ට් කරන්න නැතුව we will run from the back end kitchen. So reduce your cost by half but think of ways of increasing your revenue. Is a thinking එක තමයි රුකී මගේ ඔළුවේ තියෙන්නේ මේ.
ඔව්. මොකද ජස් දැන් මෙහෙම එකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් අපි සමහරක් කලාවට දැන් අපේ හිට විස්තර තිබ්බ මොඩල් එකේ සමහරක් කලාවට අපි කස්ටමර් මීට් වෙනවා කියලා අපි කස්ටමර් ගාවට යන්න ඕන කියලා අපි ඇටිටියුඩ් එකෙන් හිටියේ. අපි කස්ටමර් one face to face meeting එකක් ඕන. ඒ face to face meeting එකක් නැත්නම් meeting එක successful නෑ. presentation එක successful නෑ. දැන් අපේ ගාව බැරිය එකක් තිබ්බනේ. අපි යන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට මට මොකද උනේ? දැන් on a B2B business එකේ ඉන්න නිසා මට number of people අපේ sales කට්ටිය ඉන්න team එකට දවසට sales meeting 3ක් කරොත් ඇති. So that we were very comfortable. So that our message is particularly for entrepreneurs or for anybody who's managing cost related to sales, there can be ways that you have taken your sales process for granted.
Yeah.
There may be certain costs, your travel costs, how you do the presentation, do all that. And at a certain level, can you service the customer at the cost which is divided, previous cost divided by half? Can I serve? And the other thing, what Yasas said, is there any possibility that we could reduce the cost of sales by 50%? එකන අපි cost of sales දෙකෙන් බෙදලා ගේන්න බැරිද යසස? ඔන්න තව second ප්‍රශ්න. දැන් අපි අපේ listeners ලාට, අපේ viewers ලාට, අපේ friends ලාට දැන් අපි take home ප්‍රශ්න ටිකක් දුන්නොත් යසස් අපි පොඩ්ඩක් recap කරොත්, because there are a lot of people who are coming. Suranga has come in. Suranga has a valid question. We'll come to that little while. And Shiran, how strategically frame 2x metrics without cutting human cost? Chandima, small input here. So there is 2x there is nothing called a 2x matrix. So these are couple of questions that we associate with your sales strategy, and then you put 2 and see what are the combinations that you're coming in. So අපි ආව first question එක තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට හිතන්න දී point cost එක තමයි අපිට cost එක දෙකෙන් බෙදලා අපිට මේ තිබ්බ sales quantum එකම ගන්න බැරිද? Question number 1. So if you start thinking like that, then we might find different answers altogether. So the second thing is that we need to ask, අපේ cost of sales කතන්දරේ අපිට මොකක් හරි කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? අපිට තිබ්බ cost එකේ 50%කින් cost of sales 50%කින් අපිට බැරිද අපේ product එක deliver කරන්න? Now that's a second question. What yes, as your input on that.
Yeah, so I'll give you one example. So I have, first of all, today I got in a call with a gentleman who does email-based sales for Daffodil and Snipex. He had sent 55 emails, and in that 4 we have got responses. Now that he would have generally traveled all the way to work, figured out breakfast. Now this is like 2 hours of work. So the cost of sales is drastically coming down. So that is a fact. Anyone who's looking to measure that, you will be very, very happy to see that happening. Now, as Ruki said, customers are also ready for a call like this now. They are absolutely not interested to meet you. So that is, productivity is going up in a big way. So, but only thing, you have to have a good reason for them to answer your phone or open your email. So that is the creativity challenge that we have. Then there was a point I wanted to make, Ruki. Sorry, I missed it again. When my eye went into a question on the
we have very interesting comment from Kasun. Thanks for the comment, Kasun. My question was how can we deliver our training, or sorry, any product at 50% of the cost of sales? In the sense, so it is all about, is there any way that we can reduce the direct cost associated with the product? එතකොට අපේ GP එක වැඩි වෙනවා. ඒක
I think you had a better idea. I'll let you explain that. But I'm not a very I'm not a cost. I have never been a cost person. Now that's my weakness. My cost person right now is doing some work in the kitchen. So that's where my cost discussion generally happens. That's my wife. She's doing the finance in most of the work I do. But overall, I'm very clear. I haven't calculated it. The cost of everything I've been doing versus what I'm doing now. The cost to be in this room right now with Ruki exactly was about moving from one room to this room and when it's done, I will be knocking off and I'm out, and I have my total time to get online and decide who do I network with if I decide.
Yeah.
So my cost of operation is in this type of business, because this is a human-centric, skill-based business.
Yeah.
But so I think there is exponential cost saving already. It's about how do you drive revenue and profitable revenue on that platform, which is a challenge, I'll tell you honestly.
Yeah.
Because to do a 2-hour program, a 1-hour session, add value, and then get value for the money for that value is something I think Rookie is a little ahead of the game. I the other day asked a couple of questions from you. How do you get the client to pay for intangible delivery? And then you were talking about how do you make it more tangible, because everyone is now either a fitness coach or a cooking coach. You're also competing in the cookery. Yeah, the Rookie cookery market. ඉතින් කොහොමද කරන්නේ? සල්ලි ටික කවුරු කරගන්න හිටපු අයටත් ප්‍රාරයක් දෙනවා රුකි. ඉතින් මේක ඇවිල්ලා ගොඩක් disrupt වෙච්ච market එක. Good news, cost of entry, cost of operation is very low for this type of business that we are in.
Yeah.
But if you take a business where I right now have a cafe, basically take my Winkle, I've got bicycles, they have to be serviced, mechanics have to be paid. Those, there's no choice. I have 2 mechanics and I have to ensure both of them are there right now. But I've been being honest with all my staff, because they are in a business which can't be done online. And I have agreed with them that we will go half salary and tell them how much salary we have now, so that even if no revenue comes, they are certain. Somebody said VUCA world, they are certain, no hanky panky, accounts are clear, that they can live on that for a couple of months. But then hopefully when this opens, we will think of using that cost base and exponentially driving revenue. I'll tell you one more point. Now the fixed salary gentleman, they have lost the job. I've got him to work on project basis now. So which means cost to the business. And that will have to add revenue. So fixed cost of, let's say, X thousand rupees is now broken down into piecemeal cost based on the work. So you're right. There's no time to come to work and eat, sleep, drink, have lunch, and then pay the fix. That unfortunately is a way that I can't operate. But the jobs are still there at a lower cost. But when the income comes, we all benefit, including the relevant staff members. So I have absolute clarity that this model can be in your line of 2x, half the cost, higher revenue. So look, you have lost sound. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can.
Yeah. There's one question that somebody asked. Right. Chandima asked, how can we strategically frame without cutting human cost? Chandima, this is the reality, particularly if you ask the cost, okay, how can we cut cost related to human? It's pretty tough. So as what Yasa just mentioned, from a fixed human cost, is there any possibility that you could renegotiate the cost into more value-added performance-based pay, value-based pay type of a thing? And also at a certain level, Yasas and the rest of the viewers, that we may have taken some of the human resource for granted to say that we are this so that where we have taken, okay, they got to be there, and then some of the talent has to be there in the company. But mind you, this would be a pivot point in the market, because that there will be certain companies, okay, this is the reality, the economies will shrink further for the next 6 months at least, so that for the companies to survive, they might have to do certain amount of choices. So one of the choices would be some of the fixed job positions may be considered as what I call agile talent. We don't need you 5 days, but can we make 2 days a week? Now, why? Fortunately, I managed to do that with one of my key talents, so that he's not working with me full time, but he's working with me 2 days, and that particular set of well-talented people will be moving on to what I call the gig market. So the giggers. So there will be loads of giggers who would work. We'll say now, for an example, there will be somebody who will manage your sales, because you don't need to have a sales manager full time. Someone who might do marketing strategy for you, but you don't have to hire a marketing manager. So there will be a lot of what I call the agile talent that will be available as a pool, so that where we may have to make some of the hard choices. So if we need to go, if you're going down on the cost saving strategy, these are the options. But when it comes to human, we'll say taking off people from the team is very sensitive because of our culture. But in some other cultures, it may not be. So the reality for Chandrimara Singh is that it's not easy task, but it may be a tough choice. And then for Anuradha is asking, how do you make sure that you come out with the right question? Any tactics? There is no straight or formula to say, okay, this is the way to answer. These are the five brilliant steps to answer the right question. I don't know. I don't have a question answer for that. It's all about your exposure to your capacity to connect dots. The more you are connected with what's happening, your capacity to come out with the question would be much higher.
Can I add to that, Rookie?
Yeah.
When you ask from an academic point, I don't know who asked that question.
Anuradha Kanayaka.
So Anuradha, what are the fundamental questions that can change the landscape for your business is, what business am I in? You can Google that out. This is a most strategic question you could ask. Lot of times you're doing things and we are unable to figure out what exact business are you in. I don't know whether you heard the early example, Parker. No, sorry for the academic type of conversation. Parker thought they were in pens. They realized they are in the gift business and they became a better gift company. So that's a very important question to ask. Then there's one more thing. When you want to look at your competitive advantage, you have to ask the question, what are my resources and what are my competencies? So resources are, example, you might have a bent arm, but if you don't know to spin a ball with it, you are not Muralidharan. So you got to have resources and competencies. Your MBA is not a unique resource. Everybody's got one. Just because you can speak English and you are okay in your job, just because you could type nice letters or you could organize events, well, unfortunately, those resources are not very unique. So if you ask, I am also a trainer, I do a lot of things, whatever. But if you ask Yasas, when it comes to this, it's going to be extremely hard to beat me, because I got 5 bicycles behind me, 100 bicycles at home, the only bicycle cafe in Colombo, and I'm the only guy who has cycled 6 times around the country, 2 times through the country, ridden to Himalaya. If you give a bicycle now, you will only meet me in Jaffna. I can do that non-stop. Now, I don't know how to make money out of that now, but what are you really, really good at? Maybe that might not have been what you were using at work. Now, I don't know, Rookie has been this good in video, but looks like he's learned so much. And I was generally good in the past, but I'm picking stuff from Rookie. So ask the question, what are my resources and what are my competencies? Are there any unique resources I have? Maybe you're a good cook. I don't know. I don't want to keep going back to Rookie. Okay, his cooking skills came out. But these are the questions you could ask. to answer the question, what am I going to be doing in the future? One more thing. Now, this is not a very pleasant thing to say. The day coronavirus happened and all of us were put back at home, I don't know how many entrepreneurs are here. Simple equation. Income minus expense is profit or loss. We are all making losses right now. Today morning, Brandix was speaking, Ashraf was speaking. Everyone's making losses except few companies, tea etc. There's something happening. So you have to, as an employee, if you think somebody somewhere will find some money and pay my salary, and hope for things, well, that's going to be a very unpleasant life that you're going to have. So each one of us have to figure out a way to cut our cost by 2x, maybe by 80%, and be prepared to work without the income. Hope that doesn't happen. And then look at ways, how do I go to Rookie and show a Rookie, can I do this? And can you help me get some income out of it? But what can you do? So when I asked that question from a couple of my staff, they realized if they had to send an email to us 3 times, I had to edit spelling for it. I had to change the subject of email twice, thrice. Then you are extra cost. You have to be good at things now because now the fat is getting cut. Only the real snipers can see this challenge, so we can hire the rest. We love to keep everybody because we love them all. This is not about making money only. We need to have the whole team. But right now, only the snipers, the sharpest guys can keep the boats sailing, because the boat sinks when we are ready to sail. We are all gone, right? So it's not a bad thing to say some will have to stay at home until they figure out. We'll help. I'm helping people to say, okay, what my accountant right now, she's farming and she's into searching online for contacts for us in the markets that we never used to. So she comes on the help desk and goes and because there's no accounting job. I am not writing checks. I'm not getting checks. There are no invoices. There's no petty cash. Okay. So she's farming. In the meantime, she's spending 3 hours to do database stuff. That's it. So for that, we'll pay a salary, but I can't pay the whole salary because there's no income. You have to be realistic and face the truth. Otherwise, it will be Alice in Wonderland. So that's a simple point from an entrepreneur point of view.
There is another question, the very interesting question, not with regard to SMEs, but I want to tackle this. This came from Prasad Borla, sir. How do you think a general FMCG business adapt to emerging trends in the market? Personally, I believe this online retailing is a bubble which will burst at a point. Apart from that, what are the cost leverages that can be taken to a normal distribution model using sales reps? Prasad, I have had the opportunity to work with many FMCGs and many FMCG sales teams. One of the questions that I have been asking from them is that FMCG distribution model all the time is based on the distributors. So the distributors go to the retailers. Why a distributor? So that those the people, they will say, they never gave me a proper answer. Will say, okay, it's for operational and all that. So what they have done is that they have done it that the distributor related business model for FMCGs had been there for last probably about 60 to 70 years. There was no reason for it to change. But all of a sudden, due to this whole social distancing, all this corona situation, we have come to a point that distribution system does not come in. And then, as you correctly said, there's an online bubble. Partly, I agree with you that it could be a bubble that might go burst once we get back to normality. So that when it comes to our normal situation and current situation, that I should say that for all the retail entrepreneurs, this is a fantastic opportunity in 2 ways. A, if you that is for you to get your quick buck. people are doing it. A lot of people are coming out with it. I saw in many forums, is there a software or anything that will help me to do this? So a lot of people are getting on the bandwagon to make money. Good enough, need of the hour, agility, speed, results. But now is a time that they need to focus on building up a sustainable base, customer relationship. The promise that you make, can you deliver it? And also data very particularly. If you can focus on the relationship based sales and data leveraged sales, all the online entrepreneurs can do something beyond what they are entitled for right at the moment with the current situation. So my input to online retailers: bank on the relationship, build up the relationship. Those are the clients who will buy from you. That's not because that it's the same thing. කඩේ කියනවනේ අර කඩේ ඉන්න මුදල ගමේ කඩේ මොන්දුසෙත් එක්ක තියෙන ධන ඇඳුනකම ඔයාගේ ආයතනයෙන් මගේ ගෙදරට එන සේල්ස් රෙප්ට පුළුවන් ද ඒක අතු කරගන්න. number 1 number 2 data. මගේ ගෙදර කී දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා, මෙයා මොනවද ගන්නෙ, මේට මොනවද දෙන්නේ, කාට හරි බැරිද කියන්න. රයිට් රුකි, ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ගෙදර ඉන්න මෙච්චර ප්‍රමාණය, ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ මෙන්න මේ තියෙන තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ අවශ්‍යතා ටික. ඔයාට මොනක්වත් ඕනේ නැහැ, හැමදාම සෙනසුරාදානම් බඩු ටික දෙන්නම්, ඔයාට යන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. Data. So that's a model. So at a certain level, that is one of the things that I want to propose on this 2x thing, Yasas, where can you find out profitable sales, what I call the profit pockets. That is where in your clientele, there are certain segments with deeper pockets. How can you own that deeper pocket that can give you double the revenue than the rest of the other segments? Do you have any, Yasas, do you have any input to give in that context?
Yeah, so I think the earlier question on FMCG, I will add to Ruki's point. This is not our space in the sense today of my personal focus is on SME. But if you look at, let's say, Sri Lanka's 1,000 modern trade supermarkets, about 150,000 active, maybe 200,000 kades, right? So example, last 2 months ago, I walked all along Kovala kades because I do some work with another FMCG company to really talk to the Mudaladis. So the truth is, half of them haven't taken their stock since they started the company because they are on the roller. I used to be a banker. They come and ask for a TOD. So they think TOD means temporary overdraft. They think it's a product. It's supposed to be temporary. So kades run, they eat from the same pocket. So that's the model they have survived, right? So on one side, I am trying to convince you, my friends who are large players, you can now enter and totally disrupt this market. All you need is a warehouse. Yeah. You don't need good-looking people. Are you bored? You don't need any of that to play this game. Now the warehouse type of players are still not come in. Then a distributor kiri ituru tika gyalawilam yanawa kawuru hari basso. So එතකොට ඉතුරු වෙන්නේ පොඩි කඩේ S එක small M එකත් නෙමෙයි S. එයා තමයි අම්මේ තාත්තේ කොහමද මේ මිස්ටර් ඩිසිල්වා කියලා කතා කරලා අර රුකි කිව්වාගේ intimacy relationship එකෙන් වැඩිය නෙමෙයි ගෙවල් 100ක් manage කරලා තමයි ගොඩ යන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද ඒ ගෙදර දන්න කෙනෙක් එන එක ඇවිල්ලා බඩු ටික දීලා යන මොඩල් එකක් open way. ගොඩක් මැද හිර වෙන අය මේක සෙටල් වුණ නැත්නම් හරිනා මම මේ වෙලාවේ සුපර් මාකට් බිස්නස් එකට බයින් ඉන්නවා නම් දැන් තමයි බයින් ඕනේ. මොකද බයින්ද වෙයාහවුස් එකයි ඩිස්ට්‍රිබියුෂන් channel එකයි විතරයි ඕනේ. So ඒකින්ද typical retail model එක ආයේ එයි කියන තැන ඉන්න එපා. ඒක එන්නේ නැහැ කියන තැන ඉඳන් try to pick some of those distributors who are ideally second generation. ඒ කියන්නේ තාත්තට පස්සේ පුතා ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නවා නම් distributor එකට යා පොඩක් technology පැත්තට බරයි. මොකද ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඒගොල්ලෝ දන්න දවසට එකම දේ කරලා අලුතෙන් කියලා මුකුත්ම කරලා නැහැ ගිය අවුරුදු 10 දී. Nestle distributor එච්චරම තමයි ගේනවා ගන්නවා checks ටික ගන්නවා දානවා. ඉතින් කීප දෙනෙක් will die my view. ඔයාගේ customer නම් පුළුවන් කට්ටියව try to through innovation through a bit of diversification මේගොල්ලන්ව ගොඩ ගන්න බලන්න වෙනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් දැන් market එක disrupt වෙලා ඉවරයි. ගොඩක් enter වෙච්ච නැති අය මේකට enter වෙන්න දැන් ready. So you can expect new entrants coming in. So එතන කඩවලට opportunity එකක් එයි පොඩි කඩ ගෙවල් කිට්ටු. So that is for sure. But අර small කියන එකේ benefit එක you have to be small. Small කියන්නේ flexible, agile, nimble, intimate. දැන් උකි client ලට personally කතා කරන්න නැති ඕන කෙනෙක්ට personally call කරලා අහන්න පුළුවන්. මේ hierarchies නැහැ. ඉතින් මේ small අය small ඉන්න ඕනේ. මොකද ලොකු players ලා බැස්සම නැද ඉන්න ඔක්කොටම වදිනවා. medium එකට තමයි වදින්නේ. පොඩි අය අපි වගේ පොඩ්ඩක් ඔළුව පල්ලෙහාට වෙලා අපේ අර
either you play small or either you play at the top level. So you got to have that scale up strategies.
Absolutely. So etanadi when you're small, you can go to profitable. Example, gedetta avilla කතා කරලා වචන දෙකක් කියලා යන කෙනාට අන්තිම trustworthy කෙනෙක් නම් එන්නේ දැන් ගෙදර ඩොට කෙනෙක් ඉන්න වෙලාව වුණා දොර අරිනවා දන්න කඩෙන් ගෙනත් දුන්නා. ඉතින් ඒකට හැබැයි ප්‍රීමියම් එකක් ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒ WhatsApp එකක් තියාගන්න ඕනේ. මොකද ලොකු ඇප් ඕනේ නැහැ. මම කියන්නේ මේ කඩේකට කියන්නේ මම. එයාට පුළුවන් මේ ප්‍රීමියම් එක ගන්න. මොකද එයාට හැබැයි ඒක එයාට කවුරු එකකට ඇඩ්වයිස් කරන්න ඕනේ. මොකද ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒගොල්ලන් අර එක්ස්පෝෂර් නැහැ. කොහොමද ප්‍රයිස් කරන්නේ? ඉතින් ඒ උදව්ව if your client you need to support.
There's one more thing one of the question that came from Subki Pakirali, how to reduce the cost in a month. One of the things Subki is that as far as we are concerned, that we have been always very myopic. ඒ කියන්නේ මම මේ මගේ sales කට්ටිය මේගොල්ලෝ දැන් මම අයස ගත්තොත් ඉඳගෙන we are training මගේ competitor අපි මොනවක්වත් කරන්න මේක නෑ. This might be a time for some of the industry players to create an ecosystem. ඒ කියන්නේ ecosystem එකක් කියලා මම මේක කරනවා යසස් මේ වැඩේ කරනවා අපි මේ ඔක්කොම එකතු වෙලා සිංහලෙන් කියන හොඳ එක ගෙයි කෑම කියලා අහලා තියෙනවා. එක ගෙයි කෑම කියලා කියන්නේ පරණ කතන්දරේ මේ customer ඉන්නවා මේ අපේ මේ suppliers ට ඔක්කොම ඉන්න මේ අපි ඔක්කොම එකට එකතු වෙලා together can we sell to the customer. එතකොට දැන් අපි ගත්තාම සමහරක් වෙලාවට there will be opportunities coming in disruption in the total distribution to value addition. මේ කතන්දරේදී අපිට මේ කොහොමද අපි ඒක එකතු වෙලා කරන්නේ. දැන් හොඳ උදාහරණයක් විදියට මම දන්න අපෙත් එක්ක වැඩ කරපු කෙනෙක් he was into tourism related business මේ දවස්වල tourism so he decided okay let me be agile. Now he got the capacity to work with a particular food company, so that he got it, and in the same time now he's thinking okay I'm doing this, what can I do, because that I'm doing some of my services and getting into serving some of the clients. Now what can I add to my client base? How can I add value but not at the same price point, that margin that I'm getting from the others, that he's looking at what are the things that he can link up with some of the other product suppliers and then sell to the customer. So that there are ways that you could do. But one of the things යසස් බන්දෙන් අර ඉස්සෙල්ලා කතා කරේ අර 2x strategy එකේ එක කතන්දරයක් තමයි මම propose කරන්නේ අපිට පුළුවන් ද අර profitable customer segments වලට විතරක් serve කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි දන්නවා සමහර customers ලා ඉන්නවා ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ deep pockets තියෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ capacity එක වැඩි, ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ requirement එක වැඩි. අපි දන්නවා ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඒගොල්ලන්ත් එක වැඩ කරපුවාම ඒ segment එකේ profit එක වැඩි. So is there any way that you can fashion your business මේ මුළු කතන්දරේ මේ sales කියලා කියන්නේ විකුණන ගතිය මත දෙන්නේ මුළු ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ value proposition එක එහාට මෙහාට කරලා out of my 100 customers there will be 40 customers who will be having deeper pockets. Can I make sure that I own 80% of their pocket?
Yeah, so my totally possible but very difficult, but it's doable. Then with my last number of years of working with so-called sales people, in reality that includes CEO, everyone in my world are in sales, is the average sales front එකේ ඉන්න කෙනෙක් entrepreneur කෙනෙක් වුණා එයා යන්නේ එයාගේ product එක විකුණන්න. හැබැයි යාට customer ගේ P&L එක ගැන idea එකක් නැහැ. දැන් උදාහරණයකට මම මේ small me එකකින් මේ example එකක් දෙන්නම්. අපි කියමු freight forwarding විකුණන කෙනෙක් කියලා freight rates. එයා යනවා rate card එකක් අරගෙන slim line එක. ඕ body line එකට හරි මේ කවුරු හරි apparel company එකක්. හැබැයි අර කිසිම idea එකක් නැහැ මේ apparel company එකේ සල්ලි කොහොමද හැදෙන්නේ කියලා. ඔයාට ඒ customer ගේ ආදායමෙන් වැඩි ගාණක් ගන්න ඔයාට ඒ customer ආදායම හොයන විදිය ගැන අවබෝධයක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. දැන් එතකොට මම ආපු simple ප්‍රශ්නයක් මම අහනවා ඒගොල්ලන්ගෙන් සාමාන්‍ය apparel factory එක මේ export cost එක දන්නවද කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ percentage එකක් විදියට total cost එකෙන් කීයක් යනවද air freight sea freight. දැන් ඒක දන්නේ නැතුව ඔයාට එයාගේ තියෙන total cost අර share of wallet එක කියන්නේ අපි එයාගේ ඒක ගන්න බෑ. ඒතර යාට දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ අද උදයාම හිටියනම් අශ්‍රෆමා කතා කරපු එක සාමාන්‍ය ෆැක්ටරි එක වැඩිපුරම 70%ක් තියෙන ස්ටාෆ් කොස්ට්. එතකොට මේක ටිකක් හයි ලෙවල් සේල්ස් කරන අය මම දැන් ටිකක් කරා ඇඩ්වාන්ස් ලෙවල්. ඉතින් යාගේ ස්ටාෆ් කොස්ට් එක අඩු කරන්න පුළුවන් වුණොත් තමයි ඔයාගේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකට සල්ලි ටිකක් වැඩිපුර දාන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් ඔයාට හැමතිස්සෙම ඔයාගේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක විතරක් විකුණලා කස්ටමර්ගේ වොලට් එකෙන් වැඩිපුර ගාණක් ගන්න බෑ. ඔයාට ඒ කස්ටමර්ට එක්ක සේවිං එකක් හොයලා දෙන්න වෙනවා වෙන තැනකින්. In other words, you have to understand that business. උදාහරණයක් අසස් මගේ කැෆේ එකට ආවා කියමු ඕගොල්ලෝ මොකක් හරි මේ item එකක් විකුණන්න එක්කෝ equipment එකක් fridge එකක් මොකක් හරි. හැබැයි කැෆේ එකේ සල්ලි එන යන විදිහ අවබෝධයක් නැත්නම් ඔයාට පෙන්වන්න බෑ මට යසස් මේක ඔයා සේව් කරලා ඒකෙන් ඔයාට පුළුවන් එක්ස්ට්‍රා ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරන්න ස්ටාෆ් ට්‍රේනින් වලට උදාහරණයක්. මොකද ඒකෙන් ඔයාට අඩු වෙන cost එකෙන් එන income එකෙන් ඔයාට අන්න ඒ වගේ sales pitch එකක් කරන්න you have to understand the business of the customer. නැත්නම් magic formula එකකින් ගිහිල්ලා මේ you can't expect to sell but ඒකට customer ව trust කරන්න ඕනේ. No customer will tell you the exact cost. රුකීගේ රුකීගේ team එකට මොකක් හරි දෙන්න කියොත් program එකක් Rookie won't tell you all the cost because you just came nicely dressed no. ඔයාගේ trust එක ගත්තොත් තමයි he will tell මචං ඇත්තටම මගේ salary bill එක මෙච්චරයි මගේ rent එක මෙච්චරයි ඒක ඉඳලා මට ඔයාව afford කරන්න බෑ. ඒතර මට පුළුවන් නම් පෙන Rookie මට මේක අඩු කරන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාට මේව. That's the conversation. We call it insight-based selling, right? So yeah.
Oh, so that it's all about that what is the value addition that we can make. So one of the things that for the SME people who are joining us today, the entrepreneurs that we want to share the messages, there may be certain profit workers that who can pay you more. They have the right at the moment, even in this crisis, they can sell more. You got to find a way to add value to them that it will be worthwhile for them to pay you that extra amount and be with you. So find it that way. So that is another 2x thinking that you can begin. Ask that question. Is there any way that where there is there a value added, there is a client base who will pay double the amount compared to the rest of the market? අනිත් මාකට් එකෙන් මම ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ ලක්ෂ 2ක බඩු ගන්නවා නම් මේගොල්ලන් මගෙන් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ලක්ෂ 4ක බඩු ගන්නවා. ඒගොල්ලන්ට සර්ව් කරන්නේ කොහොමද? අපි ඒගොල්ලන්ව තියාගන්නේ කොහොමද කියන එක.
අපිට ධම්මි අහලා තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ මේ වෙලාවේදී ඔයා සුළු ව්‍යාපාරිකයෙක්ව SME එකක් විදියට අර අහන්න ඕනේ ඔයා what are you good at? දැන් ඔයා හොඳ relationships තියෙන කෙනෙක් කියමු. You have good relationships. ඒ relationships වලින් රුකී වගේ training programs තමයි මෙච්චර කාල විකුණුවේ. හැබැයි ඒ relationship එකෙන් ඔයාට hand sanitizers විකුණන්න පුළුවන් නේ. මම නිකන් කියන්නේ. tolerate කරන්න ඕනේ මේ ideas. දැන් මම දන්න එක්කෙනෙක් යාට හොඳ relationship තිබ්බා because he went to one of the Colombo schools. හැබැයි යා කරේ quiet products export කරන එක ඒ එක overnight dead. හැබැයි යා කරේ සුමාන දෙකක් ඇතුළත මේ ගත්තා machine එකක් face masks වලට. අද වෙනකොට banks යාගේ surgical face mask එකක් නේ. technical certifications නෑ ඒකට, but a decent mask. එයා ඒක එයාගේ relationship පාවිච්චි කරලා අපි කියමු rookie mask එකක් දුන්නා කියලා. හරිද? wild drift mask එකක් දෙනවා. එතකොට rookie දෙන දේ අපි අහනවා මොකද rookie relation යසස් as I have idea we are doing something like this, we have put some sources like this and spinner cafe එකට can we දෙන්න කිව්වනම් I will be open for that. But as a businessman, he's using his relationships, he's using his management skills, his selling skills. So may velavedi you have to be open, forget innovation, but at least diversification.
Yeah.
You have to diversification.
Oh.
But to do that, yeah.
පොඩි මේ කතන්දරයක් මේ සජීව නානක්කාර අහලා තියෙනවා, just wondering will people invest on training and development?
For
Yes.
sure.
They right at the moment you need to understand what the real need is. So the question is not about selling what I have. So these days I have asked the questions, okay, what are the critical things that they need to get their hands on? What do they really need? One of the things would be that, okay, I don't want to get into this, maybe Yasas would be, or maybe one of our viewers would be interested. In time to come, debt recovery would be a critical skill. Can you do a 2-hour training program that could be delivered digitally to the market? Certificate in debt recovery. I don't know how to do it. I don't have the skill. But there may be. So,
Rookie selling skills.
huh?
Finally, it boils down to selling skills.
So,
traditionally, it was about hounding and pounding and being the first to call, and we used to collect the credit cards. First
Yeah.
bank to call, you pay. But then also, this is a situation in debt recovery, as you said, 99% of the people are bad people. They want to pay. They are not willful defaulters. I come from a banking background. Now, I also be in the sales side. But the guys who collect are the guys who understand the customer. Principles of selling your product as well as collecting boils down to the same. So if you are a good salesperson, I don't know, Dushantan is asking this. Dushanta, this is Dushi. Yeah, top sales guy here, right? Dushi, your sales skills can get you both the recovery head job, collection job, and that, because this is the time you need that selling skills to understand customers and help them pay what they can, and they'll be loyal to you and pay. So I'm totally with Rookie. You got to think, what am I good at? Am I good at with people? Then what can I do with it at this time? By the way, if you're in insurance industry, there are 10,000, let's say, none of them have basic salaries. So what are they going to do now is the question they have to keep asking. And in that, if they're good at relationships, they'll have to now think, what can I do with that relationship to survive during this period if this keeps continuing. So got to think out of the.
Yeah, it's very critical. So that we have been speaking for about an hour. Yes, do you have time to go for about another 10 minutes or so? I think I lost you. Yes, for some reason I can't hear you.
We have a small technical issue.
Yes, can you hear me? Yeah, I think we are back again. Yes, can you hear me now? Yes, I will continue this for some time. I want you to log out, get out of the app and dial again. So we have been discussing, we had a technical problem so that they have gone off, Yasas have gone off for a while and he will be back again. One, Yasas, can you speak up?
Hi, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Right, super good. Sorry, my friends, that we had a little bit of a technical difficulty. So we are back again. Yasas, do we have about 10 minutes to go? Because we have a couple of questions and I want to share another strategy because that so far we have asked this question. So it's not about 2x thinking about sales. It's not only about doubling your sales. That may be a vital question that you may have to critically ask. Is there any way that we can double my sales? And then there might be some questions, that ideas that you might be getting in. So that the whole question is that the whole challenge is not about ideas per se, provided that you can frame your question right, proper question, the probability of you getting a smart idea is high. So the 2x thinking is not about doubling your sales, but about bringing in, forcing yourself to ask some of the critical questions using this concept of 2. So the first proposition that we gave was, okay, is there any way that we could do the same sales with half the cost? So that the cost divided by 2, how can you do it? We discussed few of the ideas. You may be able to come out with better ideas as well. Then we asked the question, is there any way that we could do the same amount of sales but double your GP? Is there any way that you could reduce your cost of sales, direct cost of sales, and double your GP? That's a question number 2. And then we ask the question whether there is an opportunity for you to focus only on some of the deeper profit pockets that will give you double the revenue of the rest of the market. And in that, it's not about the market share. In this sales strategy, particularly focusing on certain very lucrative segments, can you say, okay, in this particular segment, like iPhone says, okay, we are focusing on people who can pay more. But in that segment, I want to own 60 to 80% of the market. So that rather than becoming yet another Chinese phone, is there any way that you can do a value addition right at the moment, solve the problem for the customer segment where you can own 80% of the pocket share? So that is what we were discussing so far. So those are the three 2x ideas we gave in. Yes, you want to pick up any of the question that has come up?
Yeah. So Hashim has put a lovely comment. You have to consider from condoms to condominiums. So I love your thinking. We culturally we are a very risk averse type of how entrepreneur that we find. If a guy has been doing hardware, he's been doing hardware, he'll continue to do hardware. If you take rice milling, Polonnaruwa, all the guys do rice milling. But only a Nipuno or Aralia diversified. Luckily, because of that, you saw Aralia is running milk cats these days. Nipuno has a couple of hotels. So you have to be embracing this need to look at taking some risks. But I agree, ideally some of those risks should have been taken before this. But remember, the next crisis is coming. Good news, this is going to train us, weed some of us, kill some of us. Smartest and the sharpest will and the luckiest will survive. But please remember, if you're an entrepreneur, even if you go to let's say in Polonnaruwa, The guy who farms paddy will also have some coconut trees, and he will have some cattle on the side. They are already diversified. There's Coast Del. So some of the questions I'm getting employees, and I used to be one of them. So you have to think of multiple revenue lines related. But when you want to decide between condoms and condominiums, Hashim, ask the question, what are your unique resources? What are your competencies? So that you'll align.
What's the value addition?
What's the value addition? Time to hustle. I get it. You have nothing to do. There's no business. Try it out. Hustle. No issue. But I'll tell you a game I played, how it could work now. From the day I started Spinner, the Winkele cycle service, I never sold bicycles. As a policy, I let all my friends build the cycling shops and sell it. To a level, Decathlon came to Sri Lanka and nicely creaming the Sri Lankan market. They're an international company because no local player really thought we can set up that experience, that whole thing, which could have been easily done. Now, as at today, I have done my needful. I will get into selling bicycles. You are the first to know, by the way. My business plan has been forwarded to few people. Yasa Zevage will sell bicycles thanks to Corona. But I kept that card with me until the right time. I did all the hard work. I took the smallest part of the income. I was just servicing bicycles. That's the simplest thing, Winkele. But now I'll use my brand, I'll use my selling skills, and I will start selling bicycles. If you're buying a bicycle to bike to work, please call me and I will ensure that happens. But that's the type of game you need to be ready to play. But of course, that took me 10 years of preparation for this moment. I'm not telling it'll work. Take this learning. This is crazy. When everything's gone, all what's left is your entrepreneurial capability, your attitude, and also the fact that people like Rookie, myself, for some reason, we stayed small. That's the good news. I mean, luckily, we can survive with small amount of money and think how to come out when the storm is gone. So since this forum is SME, this is the power of being small. No major glamour. We are small. So it's a decision to take to stay small and let the big play. Let the Shangri-Las play. Either be Renuka with no wedding hall or be Shangri-La. Don't try to be a half-pregnant game. You are screwed. So these learnings are getting very, very clear right now. So I hope when you say small, this is the power of being small. But small without innovation, small without being flexible, small කියලා මේ ලොකු ලෙවල් එකේ වාඩි වෙලා ගෙදර කාර් දෙක තුනක් තියාගෙන ඒව මුකුත් වියදම් කරන්නේ නැතුව ඒ විදියටම ඉඳලා යන්න ගියොත් I think you will get caught to that. We call it stuck in the middle or a middle trap. So this was inspired by our comment by condoms to condominiums.
Yeah, I think one of the key things as an entrepreneur or as a very innovative, creative salesperson or a corporate employee is sometimes, even in this situation, I need you to ask this crazy, absurd questions from you. Now, these days, the being in training that you all know, Facebook to webinar, Facebook livecast to webinars to Instagram live feed to, it's full of content free. Now,
Harvard is giving content free. What are we saying?
Now, what is my value addition that I can go out to the market and like how can I find one client who will pay me $1 million at this moment? So now I started asking that question. Now this is one of the strategies for all the people out there. Ask that absurd big question. Is there any way that you can crack one deal that will give you the edge? You might not get an answer, but for the last couple of days that I've been asking, is there anyone out there that I need to solve a sizable problem? In spite of all this, that person will give me right a 1 million rupee check. Now, it's a in this context, when in a world where there are free webinars to free training, me like an entrepreneur asking this pissu question.
I thought it was a better time to ask this question. Now, only few people like maybe me, Rookie, used to ask these crazy questions like, why can't I? You know, this double X thinking. We already had it. I've had it. I know Rookie's had it. Doing things that are beyond our capability. I mean, I don't to give examples. I've always played beyond my capability, and that's the way your brains work. I mean, like a Duplicable thinking, right? You think of a big Ruan Valley Sai. Some people will think of small Sayas for everyone. So big thinkers, risk takers like Ranatunga, that's a different breed. But now, this is a moment when all chips are down, you are warranted and pushed to think things you never thought. So if you take that opportunity and say, why can't I think now? Think big, but stay small. I agree. Think big. Because if you, some people you think big and you go and be big without the right resource and competencies, you'll get killed. But no one stops you from thinking big. And that could give you that new idea that you never thought would come. So I totally acknowledge the thinking.
Yeah. So one of the last thing that I want to mention to our friends who are there today and who will be joining us in a couple of days, the market is so liquid. That's why I call this a liquid time. So because there is hardly any brand loyalty nowadays. These days, single malt බීපු කට්ටිය දැන් රුපියල් 5000කට ගල් බෝතලෙත් ගන්න ලෑස්ති. So what's the message? I discussed this on my last live cast last week. The brand loyalty is at a minimum right at the moment. So is there opportunity for you to push your game, your brand to solve real level problems? So because that right at the moment, as an entrepreneur, your job is to solve problems and
So
make...
Yeah, okay, I don't know how to do this, but if I was in the bank, I would have had, okay, 3,000 staff, 2,000 staff in my branches. If somebody called me and said, you know what, we are the best in this medical, we understand how to do this for your staff, their health, here's the product we have, here's the heat cameras that we would bring it, here's how we do this, I'll tell you, right now, priority, safety as a priority. Is the product that is being looked at. I don't have the resources or the competencies for that. But I'll tell you, corporate sector is ready to write a check for the most credible expert who could be a consortium of doctors who will set up a company and come and consult organizations to do that. And I'll tell you now, right now, I want some gym equipment. Everybody is sending catalogs and catalogs. People just need 4 items to do 4 exercises. There's so much room to pack it and maybe e-commerce it, do a simple webinar like this. So you have so much of opportunity and value trapped and solution. I am not going to go through the catalog at this moment to figure it out. Give me a 2,999 dumbbell and a skipping rope and a stretch band and I buy it. But you got to think like that. Where can I add value? Where can I unleash that trapped value? And this market clearly is going to give a lot of opportunity. Liquid times.
Yeah. So, so any closing remarks? Yes, that's...
Yeah. So what I noted from, first of all, on the point that Rookie made, 2x thinking is generally done when times are good. Everything is great. And nobody does anything about that. You only think big. This is a great time. Think of 2x as broadening the boundaries on the cost side, on the revenue side, and the effort side. I agree. The revenue opportunities are not clear right now. But the effort is in your control. What time you wake up, what book do you read, how many emails do you send, like look at how many webinars you do. That's 2x. 2x, that will you. Small is a powerful tool right now. Small means you can be flexible, agile, close for a day, open again. So think that every big job in the future, also some of your employees don't look for these big companies. They are heartless. Some of us think 10 times before we say we can't have a service of a staff member because we are one family. So small is beautiful, but small has to be sharp, innovative, agile, and you should be thinking like Hashim, and be open to new ideas. So that's the type of thinking you should have. Apart from that, be ready to survive without a salary or an income for at least 6 months. That will take the stress out. Can you live with two items, two meals, Karavala, Polsambol, and Buck? Are you ready for that? And ride a bicycle. That's my sales pitch. Then you are ready to think that $1 million idea. Why can't I do that? So, with that type of thinking, maybe you will be able to get the most out of these opportunities. Otherwise, the stress will take over and you might lose this opportunity. So, from a positive note,
right. Let me recap අද අපි කතා කරපු ටික අපි පොඩ්ඩක් සාරාංශගත කරමු. අද අපි කතා කරේ SMEs ල සඳහා sales strategies ගැන. දැන් අපි මේ අර්බුදය හැමවේදී මේ මූණ පාලා තියෙන අර්බුදය අපි කවදාකවත් ජීවිතේ දැකපු එකක් නෙවෙයි. ජීවිතේ මාසයක් පුරාවට මගේ 50 අවුරුදු දෙක ජීවිතය තුළ මම කවදාකවත් මාසයක් ගිය තුළ ඉඳලා නැහැ. ඔෆිස් එකට මාසයක් ගිහලා ඉඳලා නැහැ. This is unprecedented. කවදාකවත් ජීවිතේ වෙච්ච නැති, කවදාකවත් අපි ලෑස් වෙච්ච නැති කතන්දරයකට තමයි අපි මේ ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ. ඒතර මේ කතන්දරේදී ගේම් එක තනිකර වෙනස් වෙලා. It's a new game. මාර්තු මාසේ 15 වෙනිදා ගෙවල් වලට වෙච්ච අපි නෙවෙයි කවදරි දවසක ගෙදරින් එළියට බහින්නේ. සමහර කට්ටියට ඒකේ බඩේ තියෙන අඟල් ප්‍රමාණය වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. සමහර කට්ටියගේ exposure වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. සමහර කට්ටියගේ තියෙන bank balance එක වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන් positively or negatively. But it's your responsibility if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a salesperson, if you are a corporate employee. As somebody mentioned, everybody, including you have the capacity to imagine. I know that you can do. It's all about you focusing. So today's session is not about generating ideas. So today's session is about generating 2x කියලා අපි මොකක් හරි force කරලා question එකක් දාලා අපි අහන මේ කතන්දරේ කොහොමද කරන්න කියලා. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ sales නැත්තම් 2x මේ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න ටික අහන්න ඒගොල්ලන්ට. ඔයාගෙන්ම අහන්න, ඔයාගේ ටීම් එකෙන් අහන්න, ඔයාගේ යාළුවෙන්ගෙන් අහන්න. පළවෙනි දේ. මේ තියෙන sales ප්‍රමාණය කරන්න පුළුවන්ද මගේ තියෙන cost එක දෙකෙන් බෙදලා. Samara Kalada tough answers and away because some of the tough situations you need to be tough and you need to have single again you got to have balls to walk through those decisions. You got to have it whether you like it or not. Number 2, is there any way that you could reduce your cost of sales by 2, in the sense that okay, earlier my cost of sales was 30%. Can I do something, a new product, new way of value addition to deliver the same thing or some sort of a revenue point at 50% of the cost of sales? So that's the second 2x question. Third question, 2x question that I ask is, are there any profit pockets that will give you 2 times more revenue than the rest of the market segments that you serve? A 2x segment what is your pocket share? I'm not about the market share. This is about the share of the pocket. Can you dominate those things? Then the last thing that we discuss as a strategy out of that is there any way that you can ask, is not 2x, ask 10x in this situation in spite of everything, because it's absolute. The current situation is lot of corporates, lot of bigger players, they don't know how to play. They don't know, they can't get their act together. They can't move. They are buried, stuck. But as being a small and medium entrepreneur, now it's up to you to play a game, as what Yasa said, stay small. In my perspective, Yasa, it's not about small, it's all about can you be leaner, meaner entity with absolute agility and speed. ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට ශක්තිවත්ව ස්පීඩ් එක තියෙන හොඳට අර නම්‍යතාවයේ තියෙන ටීම් එකක් එක්ක කම්පැනි එක හදාගන්න පුළුවන්. Speed, agility and speed is the key thing. ඔය දෙක තියෙනවා නම් you can win. So it's tough. It's tough. For me, 13th, 15th of March to 18th of March, දවස් තුනකින් my sales funnel 0. I have a 3 million rupee overhead. I'm not that small, Yasas, but I have an issue. You got to find a creative way to do it.
Yeah.
So I have been asking this question, what we can do. That all this time I had never been on SME. Now I'm asking within the next 6 weeks, how can I get through to 1,000 SMEs who will pay me to get one of my trainings? So I'm asking that question. So if you're an SME sector, I did 1,000, I'm in search for 1,000 SMEs who will work with me through my training programs, who will pay me some money. So I will come to that. I've yet to figure it out. Small few things are there. Within by next Monday, that I will be ready with my SME related 1 hour training programs delivered in Sinhala. We will find a way to deliver in Tamil as well, delivered digitally, because that we need you, the SME sector, the backbone of our economy, to do good, stay strong. Thank you. Adios. Thanks, Yasas. Aibong.
All the best, guys. Good night, everyone.